Welcome back to another episode. Look what we have here. I've been after one of these for quite a while, and this one's nice and crusty. I mean, there's a lot of other guys have done these already, but I have not been able to get my hands on one until now. Good old Tom Daniels Red Baron car from the Sweet 16. This is a sexy little street rod that was an actual one-to-one car. It wasn't just a model kit or a die-cast toy. It was actually a one-to-one car, and I have pictures of it. But like I say, this one you see is missing the front axle, and it's very corroded. But other than that, she's all there, and I have everything and to make her look better than new. So let's take her apart and see if we can get Eric von Richthofen's Red Baron back together so he can go do battle with Snoopy and his Sopwith pup. Or Sopwith camel, that's it, yes. Sopwith camel. We are back with our Red Baron. That's my best imitation that I used to see in movies, but oh well, sorry. But we're back. I got it drilled out. The skull is crusty. I know nothing. That's my Hogan's Heroes. But the interior looks nice. Look at them pleated racing seats. Diamond pleated. So now, West Virginia pry bar. Let's see what we can do here. Very, very interesting. Okay, just a little bit more. There we are. That's what we were looking for. So, look at that. It's broken. It's broken clean out, as Clint Eastwood would say. Blown your head clean off. But anyways, got to straighten these rear axles out and take the suspension component out, put a new set of capped wheels on the front. Get this baby looking good. First thing I'm going to do is take all these pieces and throw them in some lime away. And we're going to lime away the corrosion before we do anything, because this thing's very, very crusty. So, stay tuned. Okay, and we're back with our little Red Baron. I wasn't happy with it for the first time, so I came back and zinced it a couple times with my zinc plater behind us there. And what I like to say, as in the quote from the Cannonball Run, when the two guys are leaving New York City in the four-door pace car Chevrolet square body truck, he says, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. That's why we have this baby right here. If you're going to do red lines and polish, you might as well do them to the full extent. And that's what I've used ever since. And I use WAB gray matter metal polish, the same stuff the truckers use on their big aluminum rims on their truck. So, with that being said, you have to be careful with this thing, because if you have it on the wrong angle, it'll shoot your car across the room and usually mess something up. I found that out the hard way. So what I do is just put a little bit of just basically what's in the cap here on the end of my finger. Fire this baby up, and like I say, I wasn't happy with the first polishing because it had a little bit of toning in a couple areas where it could be seen, especially on the helmet. So one coat of zinc plater really did your numbers. And I always just work lightly and slowly. And I will do this even in between zinc plating after you sandblast, or not, yeah, you never want to sandblast a red line. Let's not talk about that. But like I say, even in between the zinc platings, you do this in between the SOS pad and sometimes sandpaper, whatever you got, and then follow it up with this, and then go over it with, scuff it up again, and throw it back in the zinker, and that'll usually smooth a lot of stuff out. And if you just need more, just take a little bit more from your finger here, and just a little tiny bit of this stuff. And when you're done, always make sure that you wash it off in mineral spirits and or lacquer thinner. Just take a toothbrush, just like my buddy Lee over at Time Riders We Little Cars. That way you get all the black tarnish from the polish off the car. So as we're working this here, gives you a nice smooth zinc finish like chrome. Now you can dumb it down with some, when you're done this, you can dumb it down to make it look more realistic with your 4-aught steel wool, and you'll have a perfect finish with no toning, and you'll have a car that looks better than it did from the factory zinc plating. As you can see, we don't have our lighting over here like we do on the other side. Well, let's see here. Let's bring the light over to us. As you can see, it's like a piece of chrome now with absolutely no toning. And we'll do a little bit on the helmet. So, got the helmet here. I've already used steel wool over the zinc plating, so then we'll put just a little bit on there. It doesn't take much, and carefully work it around the helmet. And if you look at all Tom Daniels pictures of the Red Baron, especially with the model kit, this stuff looks like chrome anyways. So what I'll do with this is, once I get it to a point where I'm happy, I will put my decals on it and then put a coat of clear coat over this helmet, so it will keep its chrome finish. And that, my friends, is why you have to be careful with this big Grizzly. Now I got to go find it. Stay tuned. Hopefully it didn't hurt it. Okay, after that little mishap with the big old Grizzly buffer, nothing hurt. It just flew across the room. But you can see what would happen if you catch the wrong angle. I wasn't paying attention and running my mouth at the same time as usual, and that's why it got me. When you least expect it, they'll come and bite. So, but being that this was a Tom Daniels show car, and nothing more than a show car, this thing should shine like chrome as far as I'm concerned, because that's the way show cars are, and anything less would be, just not in my book. So, like I say, I have everything to a nice high polish. The next step is to shoot the Spectre Flame Red on the body, put the Maltese crosses on the helmet, and once we get the helmet done, I think I'm going to go ahead and spray that with a little bit of clear coat to keep that nice chrome shine with the zinc. So this is going to be beautiful. So stay tuned for the rest. Hello and welcome back with all our little bits and pieces to our Hot Wheels Redline Red Baron. Now, I got a little carried away with the detailing. I usually just do a straight up restos on these Redlines, but since this is such an awesome little car, and it was a real show car. Show cars were to be flashy and have a lot of wow factor. And even in original form, in stock form, this was cool, but it was just missing that wow factor for me. So I did a little bit extra details. So this is going to be more of a resto mod. And I just felt that when you go see a show car at like the World of Wheels back in the day or something, these things just stuck out and you're like, holy crap. And that's what I wanted this car to do. And it just didn't do it in its natural state. So, but like I said, I just added a couple things. We fixed the torsion springs. The front wheels were missing, and luckily I have some extra capped axles. This thing is polished to a mirror finish, as is all show cars should be. I looked in the pictures online of the real model and the Tom Daniels model and the show car, and it had a chrome steering wheel. And I polished the helmet, zinc plated it, and then polished it to a mirror finish. Looks beautiful. New decals, water slides from the Redline shop. Applied. The body, I added a little bit of detail to it. Some of the show cars and the models had a gold engine block, so we did a gold engine block. And the machine guns on either side, they were chrome, so I chromed the machine guns on this one. But the body, absolutely no toning. It's been zinc plated, polished as far as I can get it. You know, that's what I wanted. I wanted a show car. And last but not least, the thing that sticks out the most is the engine. So when I started mine, I got to looking at it, and this whole piece was just a big old casting line, and I did not like that. So what I did was took my pin vise and I drilled out each and every individual exhaust pipe and painted flat black in there. And for the front, I threw some little bit of Createx pearl white on the headlights, and I added the black accents for the Maltese cross in the grille, which to me says it all. So, and I painted the block gold, as I seen in the show car pictures. So there's our pieces. Let's get this little beauty together and see what we have. Stay tuned. Okay, and welcome back with our reveal. If you like any of the decals that I use, go to Second Chance Redlines. You can find him on eBay is where I deal with him. If you need something custom made, he can make it. And his printer prints white, and the whites are perfect. There's no bleed through or anything to the colors underneath of it. Nice crisp decals, factory and custom. So without further ado, here's our beautiful little Red Baron show car. I think that this would even be safe to say that Tom Daniels would probably approve of this restoration plus, or resto mod is whatever word you want to call it. But this is my take on the Red Baron. As you can see, when we started, it was a very crusty Red Baron, but it was a first issue Red Baron with the capped wheels and the decals. And it was corroded and crusty, and we brought it to this beautiful show finish. We re-zinced everything, we polished everything after we zinced it, and so there would be no toning at all. I drilled out the exhaust pipes off the header pipes. We added extra details just to give it that extra wow factor. I did use a set of deep dish Redlines, as which is what I prefer to put on my collection that I am building for my set. And like I say, we took it from really a wore out Red Baron into this beautiful showpiece. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Um, Hope everybody, all my viewers, are doing well, and I hope their families are well too, because this this social distancing stuff sucks as far as I'm concerned. I'm old school. I'm not somebody who hides behind a computer screen and tech or behind and text all the time. I like to be out and talking to people face to face. Now, my friends around the world, I'm very grateful that I'm able to reach out to so many people, but my local friends around here all know me. I like to talk. I like to, I'm old school. We used to go out to parking lots and hang out with our cars and socialize all night before the days of the internet. So that's what I'm used to. So I'm gonna be glad when all this shit's over with. I can go to buy my stuff like I usually do. Don't have to wear this stupid face mask and look like some kind of movie freak from a third world country outbreak, and just happy to be back to my normal life. But I'm sure you all are. So everybody stay safe. Have a nice weekend, and we will catch you next weekend with the 3 Blind Mice build. I'm about halfway through. Started out with no freaking idea what to do with what I've been liking to call Das Boot, the big 73 or 72 Ranchero. So, anyways, have a good one. Thanks to all my viewers.